2022. A lot of things going on, so we'll have a moment of silence for whatever you need to think about or concerned about. Thank you. Alderman Khan, if you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Alderman Condon. Ms. Tiffany, good to see you. If you would please call the roll.
Dunn.
Here.
Kelly.
Here.
McGinnis. Here. Lee.
Here.
Grip.
Here.
Condon.
Here.
Cornett. Dickman.
Here.
Jobson.
Here.
Cortez.
Here.
9 present, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening. As we begin the City Council meeting Committee of the Whole, I'd like again to welcome everybody in attendance and anybody on any particular electronic device. We respectfully welcome your comments and opinions, but please keep in mind that as you share your thoughts, you're sharing them with all your fellow Davenporters, anybody throughout the region. We're certainly happy you're participating in your city government, but please ask that we all reflect the common desire we all share to make Davenport a better place for everyone. Especially for the folks in here, cell phone reminder, please silence or put on, turn it off, just simply so it doesn't get in the way of someone talking. If you want to address the council, please come to the podium. The microphone's above you. Love to know your name, ward, or address, and if you're not from here, we'd love to know where you are from. You'll have 5 minutes, and please talk to us as one body, not as any individual. We'll be respectful of you. Please be respectful of us. Thank you. Corey Spiegel, City Administrator, please, any update?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Roger that. So we have 2 public hearings this evening, one under Community Development, one under Public Works. The first one, Community Development, Alderman Grip, Alderwoman Lee will discuss. Alderman Grip, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I open the public hearing for case ROW 22-04, being the request of Sean Struck to vacate unimproved alley right-of-way located west of 2727 Glassbell Street. Is there anyone from the public here to comment on this public hearing? Seeing no one, I move to close the public hearing. There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This public hearing has been closed.
Thank you, Alderman Grip, Alderwoman Lee. Next one is Public Works. Alderman Dunn and Alderman Kelly will discuss. Alderman Dunn, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Open the public hearing on a plan specification, form of contract, and estimated cost for the River Center Electrical Upgrade Project. Is there anyone from the public wishing to address this public hearing? Seeing none, I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. This public hearing is closed, and back to you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Alderman Dunn and Alderman Kelly. Next area is Petitions and Communications. I see Alderwoman Lee.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I just wanted to encourage everyone. For the month of July, the Figgy is free, and there is some amazing exhibits there. I have to tell you, you have to go to the 4th floor. What's up there is, I'm not even going to give it away. You just have to go up there. It's free for the entire month of July, and after that, Thursdays are free for old folks like me. Also, the Impressionist exhibit is gorgeous, and the blown glass down on the 1st floor when you come in of the corn is amazing. And there's also a series of short videos that were done by local students that are really good, and it's kind of fun to see where they were filming around the Quad Cities. So I just want to encourage everyone to take a little bit and go to the Figgy, and if you got 15 minutes, just go up to the 4th floor. It's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderwoman Lee. Alderman Jobson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to say I look forward to Party in the Park tomorrow evening, coming to the great 6th Ward over at Duck Creek Park from 5:30 to 7:30. Thank all the time and energy of staff being able to put on these wonderful events throughout our summer. Look forward to having a nice, warm, but fun evening, and also thanks to all the community partners. So hopefully get to see a lot of people out there tomorrow night. Bye.
Thank you, Alderman Jobson. Alderman Condon.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bix Saturday is approaching, and I've had a couple of people asking me about Bix Street Fest, so I thought I would use this forum to just help get the word out a little bit more. Street Fest has always been put on by the Chamber, And what I'll liken this to is like if you clean your whole house for a party and then everybody hangs out in the kitchen. That's kind of like what's going on downtown, because we don't need to close off the streets and have this big party downtown. We're trying to get people to rather than concentrate in the streets, plug into all the really great bars and restaurants and entertainment that we already have downtown. They're calling it Bix Block Parties, and just come down like you normally would to downtown Davenport and choose your own adventure. I'm reading that there's free parking beginning Friday after 5 p.m., so downtown's open for the party. There's events throughout the weekend that span on the east side from Arsenal Bridge on the west to the Centennial, and I'm seeing music starting on Saturday as early as 10 a.m. So it's all online. You'll find it on the Downtown Partnerships website. But for what I can do here, I wanted to make sure that people know that Big Saturday is big as ever, and come downtown and have yourself a ball.
Thank you, Alderman Condon. Alderwoman McGinnis.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to, and I'm sure this is shared by many here, congratulate Major Bladel for becoming our new Chief of Police, effective in August, and to thank Police Chief Sigorsky for all of his long years and hard work. We have a police department, and I think works hard at being a very community-oriented police department, a very professional police department, and I think it's a lot of work. It's hard work that they do in just doing that, in addition to all the hard work they have to do every day. So I just wanted to say congratulations to Chief Bladel, and to thanks to Chief Sigorsky. Thank you, sir.
Major General Wilson and his family, the new Army Sustainment Command commander. The summertime is what the military calls PCS time, Permanent Change of Station. I was privileged to have 10 of those. So, and then Colonel Mitchell, the new mayor of the Rock Island Arsenal, the garrison commander, and then so many other soldiers and families moving in and out. You're always welcome here in Davenport, and we appreciate and love you, and whatever we can do to help with your transition, we always are happy to do so. And then last night, a really cool event. It's happened now a couple times, but once this year and last year, the Memorial Torch Run goes from Eugene, Oregon to Washington, D.C., and they stop at a bunch of cities on the way. Folks ride their motorcycles and have a van, and the whole point, they carry a torch that whole way to raise awareness, continue to remember folks that have fallen that served in our military. So they spent the night at the Elks, and they get a warm meal. They refuse to stay in motels. They will sleep in wherever is provided to raise awareness. And what's really cool, when they go to each city, they stop and see one or two Gold Star family members. So for folks that remember, Nathan Cox was killed a few years ago. They saw his family this morning. So we're privileged in Davenport to have them stop here. Unfortunately, they're stopping here because there are people that continue to pass serving our country. But it's just a really cool thing, really honor. So a couple things when people think about, they're always asking me, who should I support? Who should I donate? They're always open to they do it of their own accord. And folks do give donations to help support their trip across the United States, and they end the torch in Arlington. They're also going this year, Fenway Park has invited them to take the torch out on the field in Boston to recognize, and they'll have a couple folks there and families there to be recognized too before they head on down. And another thing they're doing this year for folks that don't know, I appreciate you letting me say this. For folks that don't know, Dover, Delaware is a pretty significant thing to military people. The reason is that anybody who's killed overseas, you come through Dover, Delaware, the Air Force Base, and the Air Force is responsible for receiving the loved ones who've passed and transitioning them back to the families. And sometimes it's very hard because sometimes the person that has passed is not in real good shape, and their job is to, before the family receives them, make them better. And so it's very hard to see this operation, but they've been asked to go thank the airmen, the Air Force folks that do this job. So I just want to draw that attention. It's pretty cool. And when you're thinking about things, remember there are a lot of folks doing a lot of good things, but these guys got a special place in heaven. So that's my little speech for today. Thank you. Anyone else? We have 4: community development, public safety, public works, and finance. The first one area is community development. Alderman Grip and Alderwoman Lee will lead that discussion. Alderman Grip, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item number 1 is the first consideration ordinance for case ROW 22-04, being the request of Sean Struck to vacate unimproved alley right-of-way located west of 2727 Glassbell Street. Anyone from the public here to comment on this item? Anyone from the council? This item will move on. Item number 2 is a resolution of support for the submission of an Enhance Iowa grant application through the State of Iowa Community Attraction and Tourism Program for the Martin Luther King Jr. Plaza Project. Is there anyone from the public here to comment on this item? Step to the lectern and state your name and address or ward, please.
Thank you to the council, one, for the dollars you've already committed. I haven't been before you to say thanks for the commitment you put forth already for this project. And I also came up to really say a special thanks to staffer Bruce Berger, who's been working tirelessly with me on this process as I learn and grow and go through this. And so this resolution will solidify, hopefully, finalize, I guess, a submission to the state. And so just wanted to say thank you to those individuals, and kind of what we have going on with this is we're well on the way of moving this project forward. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to comment on this item? Anyone from the council? Okay. Seeing no one, I would just like to offer my continued support to the project. I think it's a really good one. I know that you guys are making strides with your fundraising goal, and I think that this is a goal that should be supported by the community as a whole, but also looking to private funders to help get us to the finish line to make this a truly spectacular park in our downtown and Hilltop area that goes a long way to show that Davenport is an inclusive place to be, and the downtown is for everyone. So good luck in this particular application and seeing the project through. Item number 3 is a resolution approving urban revitalization tax exemption applications for 210 East 2nd Street. Is there anyone from the public here to comment on this item? Anyone from the council? This item will move on. Alderwoman Lee, would you please set our agenda?
Thank you very much. I move that items 1, 2, and 3 be placed on the consent agenda.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That concludes community development, Your Honor.
Thank you, Alderman Grip and Alderwoman Lee. The next area is public safety. Alderman Jobson and Alderwoman Dickman will discuss. Alderman Jobson, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First item under the public safety agenda is a third consideration ordinance amending Schedule 7 of Chapter 10.96 entitled No Parking by adding Christie Street along the west side from Locust Street to Kirkwood Boulevard. Is there anyone from public wishing to comment on this item? Anyone from council? Seeing none, that item will move on. Item number 2, third consideration ordinance amending Schedule 7 of Chapter 10.96 entitled No Parking by adding various streets along the odd-numbered addresses in Prairie Heights subdivision. Is there anyone from public wishing to comment on this item? Anyone from council? Seeing none, that item will move on. Item number 3, first consideration ordinance amending Chapter 9.08 entitled Disorderly Conduct of the Municipal Code of Davenport, Iowa by repealing sections 9.08.050 and 9.08.080 due to a recent trend in federal court decisions restricting the city's ability to regulate activities that involve person-to-person donation requests. Is there anyone from public wishing to comment on this item? Anyone from council? Seeing none, that item will move on. Item number 4, a resolution approving street, lane, or public ground closures on the listed dates and times to hold outdoor events. I'll read all of these before asking for comment. First, Michelle Russell, The Heights of the Era, Lindsay Park, 2200 East 11th Street, Friday, July 29th, 2022, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Closures, East 11th Street from Jersey Ridge Road to Hillcrest Avenue, River Street between Hillcrest Avenue and Edge Hill Terrace. Next, at the Stardust and Dam View Inn, Finish Line Fest, 218 Iowa Street, Saturday, July 30th, 2022, after Big 7 race until 12 a.m. Closure, Iowa Street from East 3rd Street, south to north of the alley. Next, Top Notch Productions Incorporated, Riverfront Pops, Claire Park, 12 p.m. Friday, August 19th, 2022 to 12 p.m. Sunday, August 21, 2022. Closures, Ripley and Harrison Street, south of River Drive. Next, Village of East Davenport Business Association, Farm Days in the Village, 6 a.m. Saturday, August 27th, 2022 to 5 p.m. Sunday, August 28th, 2022. Closures, East 11th Street from Mound Street to Jersey Ridge Road, Chrissy Street from East 11th Street north to the alley. And then lastly, Rebecca Romatoski, East 18th Street Neighborhood Block Party, 2500 block of East 18th Street, Saturday, August 27th, 2022, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Closure, East 18th Street between Ridgewood and Woodland Avenues. Is there anyone from public wishing to comment on any of these items? Anyone from council? Seeing none, that'll move on. Item number 5, motion approving noise variance requests for outdoor events on the listed dates and times. I'll read all these components before asking for comment. First, Coffee House, outdoor performances, 1315 Jersey Ridge Road, Fridays and Saturdays, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. through the end of 2022, outdoor music bands over 50 dBA. Next, Michelle Russell, The Heights of the Era, Lindsay Park, 2200 East 11th Street, Friday, July 29th, 2022, 3 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., outdoor music band over 50 dBA. Next, Top Notch Productions Incorporated, Riverfront Pops, Claire Park, Saturday, August 20th, 2022, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., outdoor music band over 50 dBA. And last, J&M Displays Incorporated, Riverfront Pops Fireworks, Claire Park, Saturday, August 20, 2022, for 10 to 20 minutes between 9:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m., dependent on when the concert ends, fireworks over 50 dBA. Is there anyone from public wishing to comment on these items? Anyone from council? Seeing none, that'll move on. And last, we have item number 6, motion approving beer and liquor license applications. I'll read those under section A, new license, new owner, temporary permit, temporary outdoor area, location transfer. First, Las Margaritas, 3559 West Kimberly Road, number 1, new license, outdoor area, license type Class C liquor. And next, M Lounge, 217 Brady Street, new license, license type Class C liquor. And then last, we have those under section B for your review. We do not read those. Is there anyone from public wishing to comment on these items? Anyone from council? Seeing none, I would ask Alderwoman Dickman to please set the agenda.
I move that all items be placed on the consent agenda.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Jobson and Alderwoman Dickman. The next area is Public Works. Alderman Dunn and Alderman Kelly will discuss. Alderman Dunn, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item number 1 is a resolution approving the plan, specification, form of contract, and estimated cost for the River Center Electrical Upgrades Project. Is there anyone from the public wishing to address this item? Council? Seeing none, this item will move on. Item number 2 is a resolution accepting the grant offer of $150,000 and approving the associated grant agreement between the City of Davenport and the Federal Aviation Administration for the funding for the design of the airport south ramp reconstruction project at Davenport Municipal Airport. Is there anyone from the public wishing to address this item? Council? Seeing none, this item will move on. Item number 3 is a resolution awarding a contract for the Hickory Grove Road and Central Park Avenue reconstruction project to Hawkeye Paving Corporation of Davenport, Iowa, in the amount of $1,714,885. Is there anyone from the public wishing to address this item? Council? Seeing none, this item will move on. Item number 4 is a resolution awarding a contract for the 2022 residential alley resurfacing program to Langman Construction of Rock Island, Illinois, in the amount of $109,733.50. Is there anyone from the public wishing to address this item? Council? Seeing none, this item will move on. Item number 5 is a motion awarding a contract for the Riverfront Lighting Repairs Project to Davenport Electric Contract Company of Davenport, Iowa, in an amount not to exceed $75,000. Is there anyone from the public wishing to address this item? Council? Seeing none, this item will move on. And Alderman Kelly, would you set the agenda for us, please?
Yes, sir, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to place all items on consent agenda.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. And that concludes Public Works this evening, Your Honor.
Thank you, Alderman Dunn and Alderman Kelly. The next area is finance. Alderman Condon and Alderwoman Dickman will discuss. Alderman Condon, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. We have just one item on finance this evening, and that is item number 1, resolution awarding a contract for architectural and engineering services for the Dose Spray Park project to Hitchcock Design Group of Naperville, Illinois, in the amount not to exceed $107,300. Is there anyone from the public wishing to address this item? Council? Alderman Dunn.
Thank you. It's nice to see this project moving forward. Do we have a time frame of when we can expect it to be maybe complete? Is it going to be done before next summer or hopefully?
Courtney Jones, Finance. Yes, so they are expected to start installation in the spring and complete it at that time too. So hopefully before summer, we should have it ready to go. Yeah, yep.
Seeing no one else, item number 1 will move on. Below we have purchases from $10,000 to $50,000 listed for your information. I won't read each of those out loud, but they're there for your knowledge. Alderwoman Dickman, would you please set our agenda?
I move that all items be placed on the consent agenda.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That concludes finance.
Thank you, Alderman Condon and Alderwoman Dickman. The next area is there ordinance, resolutions, or motions. There are none. Next area, is there any public with business? Again, just as a reminder, Dale, I know you know the rules. I'm just reminding. Name, ward, or address, please. If you're not from here, love to know where you are, and 5 minutes. Thank you.
Ward. Well, you heard the staff presentation yesterday. Personally, I left with more questions than answers. I'm sure you all remember the handout listing the concerns and issues that the proposed two-way conversion will have to address to be considered. Here are just a few of the concerns that I did not hear addressed. Number 1, delivery trucks, specifically food and beverage. We were told yesterday that these delivery vehicles will not be allowed to block a lane of traffic and will not be allowed to use the center lane for deliveries. They will have to use the newly formed loading zones whose locations and numbers were never identified. Most blocks will require at least 2 loading zones for each side of the street. Adding in a bus stop on each side doesn't really leave a whole lot of parking for the patrons of the downtown business establishments. And UPS, FedEx, USPS, and other parcel deliveries will also not be allowed to stop in the travel lane or center turn lane of either street. Now imagine you're driving a beer truck, delivery truck to one of our fine downtown establishments. Both loading zones in the block are in use. Do you really think it's reasonable to have to circle the block possibly numerous times waiting for the loading zone to open up? And how much will that really add to the traffic congestion? The same delivery truck that delivers the Budweiser is not the same delivery truck that delivers the Coors. Number 2, event destination, buses at the Adler. This was never addressed. I'm sure you've seen them. Will we just be closing 3rd Street to traffic and detouring people to 2nd and 4th Street? 3rd, emergency response, again, not addressed. Suppose there was a serious traffic accident at 12th and Brady. The fire truck exits the stations, turns right onto 4th Street. What happens when the fire truck gets to the 4-way stop sign at Main? As it currently exists, the fire truck would travel east on 3rd with total control of all traffic signals and not encounter the 4-way stop at Main Street. We were told that travel times through the downtown would double with the conversion to 2-way streets. Does anyone not believe that this additional time would not apply to emergency vehicles? Number 4, side street traffic. This was never addressed. Having a 4-way stop at Main Street is unreasonable, to put it politely. All we were told was that traffic counts on 3rd and 4th Street. What about Main Street? Every northbound and southbound vehicle on Main Street will cause a vehicle on 3rd and 4th Street to stop for an additional length of time. And every vehicle that crosses 4th Street will also cross 3rd Street, doubling the congestion. Number 5, pedestrian safety. Really? Navigating a busy 4-way stop as a motorist is difficult enough. Add in turning traffic and pedestrians, and you really have a mess. Do you really believe this will be safer for pedestrians? These are just 5 of the many concerns that I have. I'm not an elected official, so I can't ask or expect any answers from any staff to any of my bug questions. But maybe some of these questions do need to be asked. Well, I imagine my 5 minutes are just about up, so I'll sit down now and be quiet. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none? Okay. Are there any more reports, Ms. Spiegel? No. Is there a motion to adjourn? Second, all in favor? Aye. All right, we're adjourned. Again, please have a good weekend.